Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Tonight we're going to check out some Chevys in the new yard. Kind of an interesting group here. If we look down this row, what we're going to look at tonight, we've got a couple of 58s, we've got a 76, we've got a 72. Now, what's kind of unique about these cars is all four of these cars were cars that my dad had bought back in the 80s as parts cars, sold them or traded them to the gentleman that owned this yard, and then I bought this yard. So I've got them back in a roundabout kind of sort of way. So we're going to take a look at them tonight, show you what we've got here, starting off with a couple of 58s, both Bel Air 4-doors. Both have obviously had a lot of pieces taken off of them. Like I said, they were parts cars back in the 80s. That's when my dad got them for, then they came here. So they've all been pretty heavily parted. As you can see, the typical front fender rust of the 58s. A lot of the trim is gone. But there is still a lot of stuff here. There's dash pieces still in these cars. There's some of the window trim still in them. Even though they are 4-doors, some of this stuff's getting pretty tough to find. So we'll come around this 58 to another 58. Also a Bel Air. It's two-tone green. This would have been a pretty sharp car in the darker and contrasting lighter green when this car was new. Another interesting story about this car, when Dad bought this car, it actually came out of the first yard that I bought. This car was actually stacked to be crushed, and we came in here one day and they were cleaning out a lot of the older stuff. It had been sold out to a corporate yard, and this was sitting in the kind of on the edge of the stack, so Dad told me to take it. And if I remember correctly, you got to remember this was probably late 80s. I think it was 25 bucks a piece for whatever was in the stack, because iron wasn't worth anything. They were just literally cleaning junk up. So he said he'd take this car. When they brought it up to us, we opened the hood, and this car actually even had a 348 in it. So it was a complete 348 car that was this close to being flat. But fortunately, we got it out of here. Obviously, the motor's gone. And there again, a lot of stuff has been taken off of this car. But this car does still have some of the Bel Air trim on it, and a lot of other pieces still left on this car. So even though it is a Bel Air 4-door, there's still a lot of stuff here that can be used. Some of the trim's still on the rear. It's broken, but we've even got the original Taylor Chevrolet badge from Great Bend. Taylor was the Chevy dealer in that area around here, so this car's been around Great Bend pretty much its whole life. So kind of an interesting story about this car. It's been here and there and everywhere and back here. So kind of a neat story. Even though it is just an old parts car, even these parts cars have stories to tell. So, and even though they are parts cars, that means their parts are going to go on other cars to help fix them and live on. So next one we've got tonight, going to jump up a couple of decades here to a 1975 or 6 Caprice. This car was hit hard. It went into a ditch years and years ago. It nosed in, bent the whole front end up on it. And it has been fairly well stripped as far as trim, but there is still some decent sheet metal on it. It is a 4-door hardtop. Still got some of the windows on it. Windows and window moldings are all still here, so definitely still got good stuff here. And there again, these mid-70s Chevys are getting so popular, and they're so hard to find. They all got demo derbied, so finding pieces for these is really tough. So definitely glad to have this. Sitting next up, we've got a 72 Chevy Impala. Front clip's gone off of this one. Got some rust around the back window, but still a lot of trim on this car. The rear bumper's still there. A lot of the interior stuff's still there. All the dash stuff is still in it. And once again, there's not a lot of these left for parts. So, and there's a lot of good usable pieces on these cars, so really glad to have them in stock. Last one we got for you tonight, this one has been here for years. This didn't come from Dad. We're going to catch it real quick. It's sitting here. We've got a 64 to 66 Chevy pickup hiding behind this 62 Ford hood that's leaning up against it. Just your basic half-ton long bed. This truck actually came from the Wakanda Motor Company in Cocker City, Kansas. Chevrolet Cadillac Oldsmobile. That dealership, my dad actually cleaned that place out in the early 80s of all their new old stock inventory. So I was fairly familiar with Wakanda Motor Company as well because of all the new old stock we pulled out of there years and years ago. So anyway, that's what we've got for you tonight. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you stopping by, taking a few minutes to hang out with me. Having a lot of fun doing these, but without you guys, it'd be pretty boring. So if you like the video, share it with your friends. Tell them to come over and hang out with us. Check us out. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Check out all my other cool old car videos. That's all I know, so that's what I talk about. Cars, trucks, memorabilia, that's what we cover on here. So thanks for stopping by. It really means a lot that you take a few minutes out of your evening to hang out with me. And it's a good time and I really enjoy it. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you on the next episode.